Subscribe to this channel and like this video if you love tabletop gameplay. Welcome back to the channel, little flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today, we have some decks from the about-to-be-released Fusion Strike set. So you're going to see some tabletop gameplay from a recent stream that I did. Hit me up over there, twitch.tv/FlexDaddyRighteous. We're playing Boltund VMAX against Mew VMAX. Now, Mew VMAX, I'll explain this in the video, has an attack that allows you to copy any of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks, and the Boltund VMAX is essentially just a bigger Boltund V, doing more damage for the amount of energy that you have in play. So you're going to use Flaffy to accelerate energy to your benched Pokemon and just go swing in and do big damage with the Boltund VMAX. So that is the matchup. You're going to see a couple of friends of mine that get into it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this upcoming gameplay from the newest expansion set, Fusion Strike. Andrew surveying the cards in hand, seeing what would make the most sense. Is going to go for that Zacian. There's an attach. And Roar the Sword. Grabbing that Psychic Energy, going to go ahead and attach that to the Mew. Zacian V has an ability, Roar the Sword. Allows you to search your deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So Andrew, going to go ahead and do that.
Sure. I don't think you can knock me out. Don't even think I don't know. Static Shock you.
And on the Keel side of the field has that Mareep active. Mareep, 70 HP, 2 retreat cost, level ball, searchable.
I'm gonna go back. Yeah.
So, level ball. We do see a Stormy Mountain. A quick ball discarding a speed lightning. Oh my goodness. Will there be a switch into this Boltund? Of course, the Boltund V can accelerate energy with its first attack. Now we'll see a Stormy Mountains. So, shuffling up. What a start from Nikhil. 3 potential Mareep coming into play on the next turn. Couple of cards being drawn by Nikhil, and does find not only the Professor's Research, but also the Air Balloon. So some more energy absolutely coming into play. We see some quick balls in Nikhil's hand and some lightning energies. There's a quick ball away of a lightning energy. Should probably see either another Mareep or perhaps another Boltund. I think I would probably lean more towards the Boltund. There is a Vikavolt on that. Wasn't expecting that one, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Calm down.
So there is the Vikavolt, which can, of course, item lock with the first attack.
Right.
Paralyzing Bolt.
Electrify. All right.
And then we'll see an Electrify off of that Boltund V. Getting a couple of energy into play and likely onto that Vikavolt. There we go. 2 energy onto the Vikavolt V. And the action passes back to Andrew. So Andrew has not a lot. Does have a Mew, but he should be taking knockouts here. We just don't have a Genesect in play. So unfortunately for Andrew, no Genesect. And I guess he can at least a Sparkle. But without that Genesect in play, it's just not going to do a lot. See an attachment to the Zacian. It's definitely not the thing that you want to do here. And Andrew could mountain, actually. Andrew could use the mountain if he sees the play. He could mountain for the Latios.
Yeah. I don't think I can. I don't have any basic light. I can. Dragon Pokemon? A dragon Pokemon here.
Oh, but he does have a dragon Pokemon.
Oh, you do right. All right.
I'm giving hints. I'm giving hints away.
I hear him in the back.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Sorry, I don't know the list. I don't know the list.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh. He says he doesn't know the list. Uh-huh. I told both players to wear, headphones, but they didn't listen. So Dank is using Nikhil's own weapon against him. Stormy Mountains.
That's really frustrating.
Stormy Mountains going to be able to grab Andrew. That Latios.
I will Dynaberry.
And he's going to go ahead and use that Latios to do some damage. Let's see if we can't get that card up on the screen. Fusion Strike scans. Thank you to Jack Old for the Fusion Strike scans. Where's that Latios? Latios. Red Assist is the ability. Once during your turn, you may use this ability to attach a Psychic from your hand to one of your Latios in play. And Dyna Barrier is the attack. 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from opponent's Pokemon VMAX.
Dynamotor. Paralyzing Bolt. No, I don't. I'll draw. Yeah.
So there is the action from Nikhil doing 50 damage to that Mew. No item cards on this next turn. And with a dead hand, Andrew isn't even going to be able to take a knockout. Again, the Genesect would be so clutch here, but just nothing doing at this point.
I will Dyna Barrier.
So just another Dyna Barrier. See if we can get that Pokemon here on the screen. The Dyna Barrier basically just shutting down what Nikhil wants to do, the main strategy of Nikhil's deck. Get up that Boltund, swing for massive damage. I mean, the Boltund is doing some work. Let's count how much. 2 on the Vikavolt, 2 on the Boltund. So 5, 6, 7 energy in play. So 240 on this Boltund here, doing a lot of damage and counting. Andrew, another dead draw here off of the top deck. Absolutely destroying the table. And another 70 damage. So Nikhil needs to start thinking about, well, is it time to get out another attacker? Maybe I can get out a Boltund V, clean up the job with the regular V. Nothing to scoff at. So even Evo Incense fails. And Nikhil going to go ahead and switch into the air ballooned Flaffy. Crobat for 3. So no play, actually. No Boltund play from Nikhil. But we will likely see that second attack on the Vikavolt doing 190 damage and discarding a couple of energy.
For 190.
One of the best attack names in Pokemon, Super Zap Cannon. Coming in hot from Nikhil. 190 damage on that Mew VMAX being almost entirely covered by dice. That's funny. And at this point, Dinkus does. Oh, that is a research. So Andrew can oh, he could copy his own Mew, shuffle in his Mew VMAX. Yeah, I think he needs to research here. It's tough. He'd be getting rid of a number of resources, but I just don't see a way around it. Playing the power tablet, that to me signifies he's going to research. We will see. So there is the power tablet coming down. And the research. Discarding a number of
oh man,
good resources for Andrew. Energy, escape rope, and more.
That would have been nice, like 3 turns ago, 4 turns. No, game turn 1.
Andrew draws into the quick ball. Going to discard an Evo Incense. And will we see a Mew V? That does appear to be the play, the route that Andrew's taken. Gonna grab that Mew V out of the deck. Unfortunately, no attachment this turn.
Psycho jump.
We'll absolutely need an Elisa Sparkle to get any sort of pressure on the next turn. So Nikhil, despite a ton of pressure put on in those early turns, walks away with really nothing to show for it. And Andrew goes down to 4 prizes.
This deck does play 4 Genesis, right?
It does, yes.
Could have fooled me. Did you attack?
Yeah, speed energy.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
So there are the players reminding each other, hey, that old cemetery's in play. Going to take a couple of damage counters by attaching to a non-psychic Pokemon.
Boy.
Marnie from Nikhil.
Dynamotor.
See some Dynamotor getting those energy back that were lost from the Vikavolt. And we see a Boltund come active. There it is, just doing way too much damage. Way more damage than I need to count.
30, 60, 90, 20, 210, 240, 270, 300.
300 damage has been calculated out by that Boltund VMAX. Taking another look at that card.
Yeah.
Lightning Storm. So for Andrew, he has a Peony and a Boss's Orders in hand. Or should I say, pardon me, an Elisa Sparkle in hand.
Cards in hand.
Now, if Andrew wanted to be very saucy, he could go for an Elisa Sparkle. However, I just can't see that being the optimal play because you're not drawing any cards with the Genesect. You're really in a lose-lose position, right? There's no real good way for you to come back from this position. You absolutely need Nikhil to whiff. You need to like find yourself an extra turn somehow, boss up something, put something to sleep.
This seems so weird.
There is the active. I'm going to go ahead and Sparkle for the 1 energy. Okay, so 210 damage is still not enough to knock out this Boltund. Needs a little bit of help with a power tablet on the next turn, and that's assuming that Nikhil doesn't have a boss on this Mew. So this is going to be a really exciting finish to this game. See whether or not Nikhil can find the boss's orders, or if he can, I mean, honestly, even just get up a Boltund V on the bench would be pretty strong as well. So, see another Roar of the Sword. Energy comes down, probably onto that Mew. I don't really see a reason that it should go anywhere else at this point. And yes, energy does hit the Mew. And you're going to shuffle up. Take a quick look through the deck, see what else is there. There's an attachment from Nikhil onto that Flaffy. Speed Lightning. Going to draw him 2 extra cards, and then putting that 20 damage, of course, because of the Old Cemetery. And we do see the Thunder Mountain come into play a little late. So bossing up that Mew is going to spell the end for Andrew, with his only attacker getting knocked out. We see Boltund V taking the win here in game number 1. Andrew setting up does find that Mew. We are back with game number 2 of the series between Mew and Boltund. Both of these VMAX Pokemon coming from the new expansion Fusion Strike. Boltund hitting for huge damage. Essentially a Boltund V in a lot of ways. That's just a little bit bigger. Has a little bit different attacks, but largely the same. The Mew VMAX is a lot like other Mews that we've seen in the past. Allows you to copy bench Pokemon's, bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks. So you're going to be able to copy the Mews and the Genesects that you put onto your bench. Genesect, you're going to be able to draw your cards. It's a cool little combo. Nikhil taking that first game, so we'll see if Andrew has a response here in game number 2. Nikhil opening the Zapdos. Zapdos. Try to get this one up on the screen here for you guys. So Zapdos with the Thunder Snipe attack. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 160 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon V. Or GX. But you get it. So cute little card here for Nikhil. And we'll see if he can make use of it now. Really, again, a solid start. I gotta say, Nikhil has been absolutely crushing it with these starts here. He's been just obliterating it. Getting multiple 3 Mareeps into play, in fact. And a Boltund. And a Quick Ball. Will we see a 4th Mareep? No. Couldn't be. A second Boltund.
I guess what that last card is.
And Nikhil gonna research with his 0-card hand. You know what that means. Oh, yeah.
I'm taking my stuff back.
Retreat into the Boltund V.
Electrify.
And there is an Electrify. Or a couple of energy getting set up. What an absolute monster that Boltund V is when it can get attacking on that second turn. So the action passes back to Denkus. He is going to go ahead and Marnie here. Putting those cards on the bottom of the deck. Nikhil's huge hand gets shuffled right back in. And 4 cards coming for Nikhil, 5 for Andrew. The problems with the lightning-based decks with their Mareeps and their Flappies often come from not being able to get enough energy in the discard pile. They might be able to get out the Mareeps, they might be able to get out the Flappies. But sometimes finding energy to discard is really difficult. Sometimes you just don't have those options. You really only have Professor's Research and Quick Ball to discard energy. Maybe you play a Peonia. Or excuse me, a Peony, perhaps. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but certainly, for the most part, you're playing 8 ways to discard energy. So that is going to be the question that Nikhil is asking of his deck is, hey, when am I going to see these lightning energy to be able to discard them? Now, Andrew Marnies doesn't find an energy, is going to have to draw with these Genesects.
I hate doing that.
1 power tablet comes down.
5.
And do we see an energy? We do not. So, an Evo Incense is a card that can be played. To thin the deck.
That makes sense.
And Andrew, just taking a look. Not seeing a ton of energy there in the deck. He's thinking about that switch. He will make the switch.
I just need N energy.
Just N energy.
N
Just
energy.
1.
And we should see another draw. Genesect number 2.
For 2.
2? Alright. Thank God.
There is
that many cards
the Psychic. Andrew does find the attack. There's going to be the Genesect.
Techno Blast.
And we'll see a Techno Blast for 240 damage with that boosted power tablet damage. Now, Andrew looking really nice here, taking 2 prizes. Going down to 4. Needs to find, another couple of attackers would be nice for Andrew. Try to get Annalisa Sparkle or maybe a couple of attachments over the course of the next few turns. Welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you so much, Squishy QT, for the raid. Much appreciated. Hope you guys had a great stream. So Nikhil with, I believe, another Speed Lightning. Going to draw a couple of cards there off the top. And we see a retreat, potentially. There's the VMAX. There is the Vikavolt. There is a Flaffy ability into the Boltund VMAX. Rethinking that decision. Thank you so much, Mighty Shill, for the sub. As always, all of your guys' support goes directly into improving the quality of this stream.
How many?
230. Max bolt.
So thank you guys all so much for your support. Thank you for supporting me and helping this channel to grow.
Can't use that attack.
So 230 damage from the Boltund VMAX. Quite impressive, but comes with the caveat that you cannot attack on the next turn. So Nikhil will need to find a way to retreat or find a way to switch that Boltund out of the active. Now back on Nikhil's side of the field. excuse me, back on Andrew's side of the field. Gonna want to draw a number of cards. With those Genesects, we see an escape rope. So resetting Nikhil's attack effect is Andrew. Going into the Mew VMAX, has an energy attached. I think maybe what Andrew was hoping for was for Nikhil to put up a Flaffy. And then that way, Nikhil could maybe copy the Latias for a knockout with a power tablet. So that might have been the thought there from Andrew. At this point, it's really anyone's game because as much as Andrew is leading here and it is, of course, Andrew's turn, he's not putting a ton of pressure on Nikhil. He could go down to 2 prizes, but he's going to have to go through that Boltund V at some point in this matchup. So Peony allows Andrew to take any 2 trainer cards out of the deck. We would probably see a power tablet and maybe just a power tablet to hold and a power tablet to play. So looking through the deck here, trying to decide what makes the most sense. You want to save those power tablets to try to go through the VMAXes, but sometimes that just really isn't an option. Sometimes you discard one early, or you have to play one early in order to draw energy, as was the case in Andrew's earlier turns. Andrew just looking through the deck, making sure that, yeah, this is really what I want to get. I have the opportunity to get any 2 cards here, any 2 trainer cards, and I want to make sure I'm grabbing the right 2 because that can swing a game. You grab a wrong card off a peony, that can absolutely swing a game. So just making sure that there is no error in judgment, no tunnel visioning. It's a mark of a great player. So 1 power tablet and 1 boss's orders. 1 boss's hors d'oeuvres. Coming right up. At your service, sir. We'll see a draw from Andrew with his Genesect. And ooh, that is a nice quick ball. Will allow Andrew to thin the hand down a little bit. I think you should probably get rid of a supporter that he's not going to use. So yeah, there is that that fog crystal, and then quick ball away the Zacian for another pretty useless card. At this point, the Oricorio not doing a ton, although I feel like in this matchup it might be a little more useful than in some other ones. So taking the Oricorio back to hand. Retreat. Into the Mew, 240 damage. Remember that power tablet was played earlier.
Techno Plus.
And knockout. Taking Andrew down to 2 prizes. Very well played. Now, Nikhil has an opportunity to respond here. What will he do? Attach into the Zapdos. Speed Lightning. Drawing a couple extra cards. And you're looking here to just do some big damage to this Mew. Now, the Mew has 230 on it, so you need to do 100. So, for the most part, you're going to achieve that with a Boltund. But you don't want to put a Boltund V down. You probably attack with the VMAX. But at this point, we're kind of running into the same thing like we were talking about earlier with Nikhil. Is just how can you get energy into the discard pile? It's really interesting to see the two paces of these decks. The Mew VMAX is really preying upon the unevolved V Pokemon of Nikhil and has gone out to a very early lead. Andrew is just, at this point, has controlled the pace of the game. However, Nikhil's deck, if he can keep Dynamotoring, keep finding energy in the discard pile to attach to those benched Pokemon, he's going to run away with this. There's 210 damage by Nikhil. Going to take a knockout with that Boltund V. Take himself down to 3 prizes. Get Boltund V back on the screen. Boltund V, kind of an underrated card in this Battle Styles or in this Fusion Strike set. Certainly being overlooked at this point by things like Gengar, things like Mew. But we're seeing here that, I mean, it's holding its own. Nikhil has a decent shot at winning here on these next few turns. He's going to need a lot, granted, but there is a chance. He's within, fighting range. On Dankas's Mew deck.
Just that one. Come on, back in.
Andrew going to go back into the deck. Find a couple energy here. Does he have... Excuse me, find an Oricorio. My bad. There's another quick ball. So Andrew shuffling up. That is going to be the last bench spot for Andrew. So I almost wonder... Oh, wow. Drawing in a ton of bosses. Those are what you want to see later.
Diamond area.
So Andrew's going to opt for the 70 damage attack on the Latias, which prevents Nikhil from attacking him with that VMAX Pokemon. Get the Latias back up on the screen. But yes, of course, the Mew can copy the Latias because it's a Fusion Strike Pokemon. Latias with that Dyna Barrier. Now Nikhil has to find some other way to take a knockout. Now, is going to boss. Going to retreat into the Zapdos. Okay. Go off, King. Zapdos here. We had it up earlier. Thunder Snipe. Discard all energy from this Pokemon.
Dynamotors.
Does 160 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon V. So,
Level ball.
going for the Mew, perhaps. I don't quite see a route. If Andrew can just continually do 70 damage turn after turn, Nikhil has to find another boss and then another Zapdos strike.
140 because
That seems tough here. Seems very difficult here for Nikhil to come out of this position. Now that benched Mew did take 140 damage because of the Oricorio. So I don't think that that was a mistake there.
4.
So that Oricorio. Blocking some damage. With its Lesson in Zeal ability. At least a Sparkle from Andrew gets a couple more energy into play. Onto that Genesect. We see an attachment. Will we see a manual retreat? I think we will. I think just another 70 damage by Andrew. So drawing 2 off of the Genesect. There's a Fog Crystal. And I think what Andrew might want is double Power Tablet. And that way he can knock out the Zapdos, remove Nikhil's only 1 prize threat from the field. Although Nikhil could win on this next turn, right? He could get a Boltund V going. And just win.
China barrier.
We'll see if he has it. Nikhil. Using the stadium. Grabbing the Boltund. We know he has a ton of energy in the discard pile. Is it going to be enough? There's an attachment. There's a research.
3 Dynamotors.
There are the Dynamotors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 250 damage. And the knockout Nikhil
My prize for
takes the win 2-0 over Mew VMAX. Incredible gameplay. Congratulations to both of these players. Wow, that was a pretty epic matchup. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And while you're here, check out one of these other great videos. So that's going to be all for me today. God bless. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. And remember, good luck and also have fun.